Welcome to the Word of Revival Devotional, where we're committed to reviving lives, reviving destinies, and drawing you closer to God to unlock and fulfill your divine purpose. Word of Revival Devotional, Word. February 8th, 2025. Subject: the fear of the Lord. Key verse: the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments. His praise endures forever. Psalm 111 verse 10. We are in an age where casual approaches to God have become common. We treat church services like entertainment venues, coming late to church regularly without concern, using phones during service for useless chatting, dressing in ways that might be inappropriate for God's house, compromising Christian values to fit in with secular culture, justifying sin instead of repenting, and even teaching or preaching without proper preparation or reverence. These are examples of how we display our lack of reverence for God. In this age where people treat God as if he is their peer, we must rediscover this sacred reverence. The fear of the Lord isn't outdated, it is the very key to unlocking divine wisdom and walking in God's purposes. When we speak of fearing God, we are talking about a profound respect and honor that influences every aspect of our lives. It is a reverential awe and deep respect for the holiness, presence, greatness, and majesty of God. Think of how a child respects a loving father, not cowering in terror, but deeply mindful of his authority and wisdom. Similarly, our relationship with God should be marked by reverent submission and holy respect. As King David wrote, "Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling," Psalm 2 verse 11. Today, people often choose to fear the creatures more than the Creator. Daniel's example illustrates choosing to fear God over man. When ordered not to pray to God, Daniel 6, he continued praying openly despite the death penalty. His reverence for God outweighed any fear of human consequences. Today, we often see the opposite. Christians fear their boss's disapproval more than God's. Christians care more about their pastor's opinion than God's commands. Believers compromise biblical principles to avoid social criticism, etc. While we should respect authority figures, Hebrews 13 verse 17, this respect should never override our reverence for God. Daniel respected the king in all areas that didn't compromise his faith. But when forced to choose, he honored God above man without hesitation. This should challenge us. Are we more concerned about human approval than God's? Like Daniel, we're called to respect authority while maintaining ultimate reverence for God alone. Are you cultivating this holy fear in your life? Does your worship reflect mere familiarity, or does it carry the weight of reverence? God is calling his people back to this foundational truth. Quote for the day: "A heart that fears God will never bow to the pressures of men." Prayer: Father, I reverently acknowledge your greatness and holiness. Teach me to walk in the fear of the Lord, that I may live in obedience and wisdom. Baptize me with the spirit of the fear of God, O Lord, in Jesus' name. Additional verses to read: Proverbs 1 verse 7, Isaiah 33 verse 6, Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Word of Revival Devotional is written by Dr. Ernest E.J., lead pastor of Greater Revival International Center.